Hey, this is your girl, BB from the streets, bringing you all that tea. New York City, a vibrant metropolis renowned for its diversity and cultural landscape, has found itself at the forefront of a pressing humanitarian challenge: the influx of migrants seeking refuge and a better life. This unprecedented surge has placed immense strain on the city's resources, testing its capacity to accommodate and support a growing population of newcomers. The origins of this crisis lies in a complex interplay of factors, including political instability, economic hardship, and escalating violence in migrant home countries. Seeking safety and opportunity, these individuals embark on a dangerous journey, often risking their lives to reach the United States, and in particular, New York City, a beacon of hope and promise.
New York City has long been a city of immigrants, living up to the words on the Statue of Liberty in the city's harbor. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Alone among major U.S. cities, New York has a legal obligation to offer shelter to everyone who wants it. But the current influx of migrants and asylum seekers is putting that to the test. They came from around the world, making often dangerous journeys to a city they hoped would offer them better lives. What they've found is a city whose migrant crisis is at a breaking point. An intake center at the historic Roosevelt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan has been filled to overflowing. Many have been sleeping shoulder to shoulder on concrete sidewalks. Mayor Eric Adams has called for federal assistance.
We need help. We need help, and it's not going to get any better. We put buses there for cooling systems, but it's just not sustainable.
City officials say the shelter system has been overwhelmed by the nearly 100,000 migrants and asylum seekers who have arrived in New York since spring 2022. Further complicating things, Republican governors like Greg Abbott of Texas have been sending thousands of migrants to New York City and other so-called sanctuary cities. In addition to financial help, Adams is asking the federal government to expedite work permits. But some advocates say a longer-term solution is needed.
We need to actually stop doubling and tripling down on broken systems like our emergency shelter system and actually invest in getting people out of emergency shelter and into permanent housing.
The sheer volume of arrivals has overwhelmed New York's shelter system, leaving many migrants without adequate housing. Schools have struggled to accommodate the influx of children, straining language barriers and resources. Healthcare providers face increased demand, particularly for mental health services. This crisis has created tensions and challenges. Some residents express concerns about the impact on public services and resources, while others grapple with cultural differences and the perceived strain on the city's infrastructure. The migrant crisis has not gone unnoticed by New Yorkers. Many residents express concern about the strain on the city's resources and the potential impact on their quality of life. The overcrowding in shelters and schools have raised worries about the adequacy of the education and ability to provide proper care for all residents. Frustrations have also mounted over the perceived lack of federal support to address the crisis. New York City officials have repeatedly appealed for federal assistance, empathizing that the burden placed on the city's resources are too much. The city's mayor, Eric Adams, has also even declared a state of emergency in an effort to secure additional funding.
Jasmine Garz is a New York-based correspondent for NPR. Her work is focused on immigrant communities. Jasmine, we've seen pictures. We were able to show pictures of what a television camera can see, but it can't see everything. You've been there. You've been to these centers. You've been to the sidewalks around these centers. What have you seen? What have people told you down there?
What we've seen is that the shelter system is overwhelmed. They have said they're at capacity. When I was at the Roosevelt Hotel, which serves as intake center, there were people who were sleeping outside, had been sleeping outside for 4, 5, 6 days during a heat wave. and they were just waiting for intake.
In New York, they pay a lot of taxes. They pay state and federal taxes. This money comes out of New Yorkers' paychecks. It's supposed to help them, but it feels like it's going to new people who come to New York looking for a better life. The migrants get help. They get things like scooters, housing, and money. They even get help finding jobs. Some of them work and make extra cash without paying taxes on it. Meanwhile, the people that's been there work long hours and can barely pay for their own needs. They struggle to buy coats and boots for their kids or save money for a rainy day. Schools are already crowded, and now with more children coming in, the children of the city get less attention from teachers. New Yorkers' taxes are paying for everyone's education, but other parents don't pay and their child is still able to go to school. New Yorkers provide everything, but don't get enough back. It seems like migrants are coming and getting the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. In the meanwhile, New Yorkers are providing the rainbow and the pot of gold. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, hit like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell.